incident happened in Oyo State, southwest Nigeria, where the Oyo State government went on the street to arrest young Nigerians that were begging on the street. When you watch the video carefully, you will see that the people that are being arrested are not adults. These are kids, young kids that should be in school. But no, circumstances and situations force them to be on the street begging, and they've been arrested alongside their parents. The Oyo State government said they are constituting nuisance on the street and they want to make the street favorable for business investors. Watch the full clip, I'll be back.
That was one for NC.
First of all, this is a very sad situation. What you just watched in that video is the consequences of poor leadership in Nigeria. We are experiencing high level of poor leadership, high level of leadership failure. This is a spillover to the leadership failure we've been experiencing over the years. Government is constituted to take care of the citizen. Government is constituted to provide for the citizen. They provide shelter, security, food, education to the citizens. If these things are left unattended for, the citizens will resort to self-help. One of the self-help that most citizens resort to when the government fails on her responsibility is to go to the streets. They go to the streets to beg other citizens to help provide what their government has failed to provide for them. The incident in Oyo State is as a result of leadership failure. It is all over the country. Every part of this country, you will see kids on the street begging, kids that were meant to be in school. They didn't choose that life. The situation of the country forced them to be on the street. Staying on the street is hazardous. No one in their right senses would love to be on the street. If the government has provided quality education for them, they will not be on the street. They will be in school. Nigeria has 20 million out of school children. What you're seeing is part of that 20 million out of school children that don't have access to quality education. The Oyo State government is trying to get rid of that situation so they won't become nuisance to the society. But the problem is, arresting them will not solve the problem. There is a decay in the society. Economic situation in Nigeria has gone worse and people are seeking for alternatives to survive. Families are no longer staying in their homes anymore. They now resort to go to the streets to beg, and they take their kids along with them because people sometimes tend to be sympathetic to the plight of kids and they will render help to these families. Arresting them without solving the main reason why they went to the street in the first place is effort in futility. Few weeks from now, hunger will still chase them away from their home to the street because the government has failed in her responsibility. If you are very observant, you will notice that the number of beggars on the street has increased. Before now, the people you see begging are those that are incapacitated or those that have one ailment or challenges or the other. Now, you see full-fledged able-bodied men and women begging on the street. This is because of the harsh economic policies of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. People are becoming poorer on a daily basis. Majority of them have resorted to go to the streets to beg, and this is a recipe for disaster. The people on the streets are vulnerable to criminal elements or organizations. For instance, when you look at the insecurity in the north, it seems unending. For more than 2 decades now, the Nigerian government has been fighting Boko Haram insurgents in the north, but it seems far from ending. Day after day, we keep hearing of Boko Haram fighters being killed by the Nigerian military, but every day the number seems increasing. The reason is because of the unending supply of criminal elements in the north. This is usually connected to their Marjorie system in the north. The people that are exposed out there in the north, the people that don't have shelter, they don't have access to good schools, they don't have access to good home, they are being exposed to criminal elements and organizations. These vulnerable ones are being recruited to commit atrocities in the north, and not just only in the north, all over the country. The reason why crime seems not to be ending in this country, insecurity seems not to be ending in this country. Insecurity has spread from the north to every region in this country. Look at the southeast, for instance. The southeast was adjourned to be one of the best and safest regions in the whole of Nigeria. But today there is insecurity in the southeast. Unknown gunmen. The people involved in these criminal activities are those that have been neglected by the government. The government did not give them quality education. The government did not utilize their skills. The government did not provide jobs for them. There is resources, there is money, but the government decided to hoard all of these things and left this youth unattended and left this youth neglected. The youth decided to resort to criminal activities in order to survive. Not making case for any criminal element in the society. Anyone that involved in crime should face the course of the law. But however, if we don't tackle the problem, we will keep facing insecurity. The major problem why many Nigerians involved in criminality is because the government has failed in her responsibility to provide for the citizen. The situation in your state is a recipe for disaster. If these keys are not handled properly, they will become tools that will be used by criminal elements and organizations to unleash mayhem in Oyo State and Nigeria at large. Arresting them is not the problem. These people that are being arrested should be sent to school. Education has a way of transforming the mind. Education has a way of giving the mind a brighter thoughts. Education has a way of giving the people hope and a brighter future. They should be given an opportunity to learn skills that will help them to become better persons in the society. Anyone that is highly engaged in skill labor will not have time to go to the streets to beg. Again, it's very sad to see young people on the street begging. The reason is because of leadership failure. Nigerians, we should make it our duty to ensure that we vote in quality leaders. We don't have any other country except Nigeria. If we don't fix this country, no one else will fix it for us. We should understand that election has consequence. All the elections that we've been having in this country, all the votes we've been casting is the consequence of what we are seeing today. And what are we seeing today? Poverty, hardship, hunger, insecurity, out of school children, debt, and so many more. We must work together to ensure that we bring in good qualitative leadership that will change the tide of what we are experiencing today and ensure that we experience even development in this country. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.